Hey guys, welcome back to Parallel Lives, and this time before we start, I'd like to take a quick tour around the now unplayed households because so many exciting stuff happened with them recently. First of all, Orlando finally got a job in the Slacker career, but now he's already thinking about skipping work. I mean, if you just think about how he went to university aspiring to become the educational minister, and then he dropped out and ended up as a slacker, it's just the most relatable and realistic twist that ever happened to any of my Sims. The two Charlottes ended up dating the very same townie guy, which is so perfect from the Paralanas point of view. But this is all nothing compared to what's coming up next, because so far we've seen some hints that in the Yellowstone household the parents' relationship is not doing very well. But right now as I loaded in, Carl had a want to beat up his wife, while all of Molly's want slots got filled with getting a job. And if you remember from the beginning, we've been talking about it so much, how she never ever rolled a career-related want in her life. But now as their marriage turned into a living nightmare, she's brave enough to stand up for herself, and in her very last old days, she's willing to get into a new job just to existentially separate herself from Carl. And once it was done, she was finally united with the love of her life, who is actually the father, the real biological father of Charlotte and Rose in this yellow world. And if it's still not enough drama in the yellow household, Rose was also abducted by aliens. So after his divorce with Molly, Carl had nowhere else to go, so he moved in with Anita and Gwen. Now I'm not sure how this will affect them, as they also just moved together recently, trying to start their lives together, and then all of a sudden Carl appears at the door and claims the room that was originally reserved for the baby. But as you can see, Carl is really determined to get to know Anita's fiancé better. He's already vibing with the upcoming house shower party, so maybe with his help they can renovate the house even faster. And also if you take a look at Anita's wants, she seems really grateful to have Carl around after all these years. So I don't think that Carl was meant to stay with them for too long, but maybe in this temporary state they grow closer than they thought, and he just ends up getting old here. Oh wait, an opportunity arises for a joint venture with Landgrab Enterprises to build a new internationally accessible seaport. Of course we are building a seaport! I mean, Carl had this want to buy a helicopter for a long time. I cannot imagine him saying no to building a seaport if he can. Oh no. It turned out that the land he brought was a rare canary breeding ground, and he had to sell it back, and the whole deal was terminated. But you know, at least he's not fired, he could go back to his previous position. But even if he could, first the divorce, after this demotion, it really makes me feel he's going down the slope pretty fast. Oh no, he's even getting overrated. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. But if you just compare his life with Molly's after the divorce, Molly got a job as a nurse, she got married to the man she loves, and in the meantime, Carl got divorced, demoted, and chunky. But don't worry, Carl, it can only get better from now. Okay, wait, Anita also got a chance card. She was approached to participate in a television show where she's going to dance with a Supreme Court justice. I mean, Anita wants to become the mayor once, so I think she would grab any opportunity to get close to powerful people in town. So of course she takes it. Even if it turns out bad, she has nothing to lose in this career. But guess what? The show turned out to be a huge success, and she jumped right to the top of the dancer career. I'm so jealous of her right now. Like, most of us are trying to be good in one thing and still struggling. And then there is Anita who reaches the top of a career that she didn't even aspire to reach. She was just like, if I'm already here, I can be the best. And look at that, she's earning so much money. Now nothing can stop them to fully renovate this house and throw the biggest party ever. Okay, first of all, I have big news, like really big news for you in the Red household. Anita wants to have her first baby with Stuart. I mean, obviously it's not stated there, but I really hope she does. Anyway, the point is that our tactics worked. All she needed was to fulfill all those adventurous woohoo wants, and now she's right back on the family track. However, she's also very close to reach the top of her career, just one more promotion. So, for me it would make sense to get that first. And with the money, they will also be able to move to a bigger house for the baby. I mean, sure, she was growing up in this very same house with her two other sisters, but you know how it is, you always want to raise the bar. So they can probably use these 2-3 days to get more money, to buy a new house, plan the wedding, and make a baby. What a master plan. If only it was that easy in real life, right? Okay, so Anita basically has 2 days off to accomplish every requirement for the promotion, which is only 2 more friends, but it seems like she's a lot more invested in learning new skills at the moment. Anyway, do you think this hamster is alright? Shouldn't it move or something? Well, she can only watch her, but nothing else. For those who are worrying about Carl, I can assure you he's still very motivated. Of course, he's terrified of doing any more wrong and getting fired, but he's willing to fight hard to get back to the top of the business career. And of course, Gwen and Anita couldn't wait for him to finally leave the house. Later that day, Anita started preparing the meals for the upcoming party because yes, the house is finally in a state they can be proud of. And Carl is also trying his best so he doesn't have to be so ashamed when Molly shows up tomorrow. The next day, Red Anita made an interesting choice in acquiring new friends. She started hanging out with Ivy, Orlando's wife. Now, I'm not sure if she's just interested in watching their struggle or the whole maternity thing brought them closer, but for me it's fine as long as it leads her to the promotion. Not only her, but Stuart is also working hard on earning money and moving forward in his career. He can't wait for the carpool to arrive and grab that promotion. Okay, so Reddy is not only not moving, but she also started stinking. You know what, I know this is sad, but maybe it's time to let her go. She's been there for a couple of years for Anita at university, but I guess rodents don't live that long, right? Anyway, there's an emergency for Stuart in his workplace because the enemy, whoever it is getting really close to crack the security system database, and Stuart is responsible for launching the counterintelligence measures. So basically he can do it old school or in a new, more innovative way, but I imagine him more of an old school guy, trusting more in techniques that's been proven many times before, instead of experimenting in such a tense situation. Alright, looks like he was right going with his instincts, and he even earned a smaller reward for capturing the criminals. Anita is also leaving for work, and hopefully she will be back with her final promotion. And here comes Stuart, who just got promoted to flight officer. This is coming together so nicely. Oh, wait, another chance card for Anita. This episode is all about chance cards. I'm not sure if I ever had this many in a single episode. Anyway, the question is the same as last time, and we stay true to ourselves by picking the game that the team is best at. Last time she earned a lot of money with that, and I really hope she does it once again. Okay, almost 60,000 simoleons, lifetime bond fulfilled, so let's move out and have the wedding and the baby. Okay, so we are calling over Molly, Charlotte and Rose, of course, along with some of their closest friends. Let's fire up the music, serve some food. Oh, look how polite Erika and Sunny are. They are leaving the house to smooch outside. It looks like everyone is having a great time. Carl and Molly don't seem to notice each other, and this is probably for the best. They've already ruined Anita's graduation terribly. Anyway, Gwyn and Molly haven't really met so far, so now it was also a perfect occasion to get to know each other. Did you know that so many Sims can be in such a small area at once? I didn't. Anyway, the party was a blast, and honestly, I'm not sure how they managed to survive it without any drama, but I did, and I'm just so grateful for that. Maybe getting old had both Carl and Molly to calm down, I don't know. However, Carl looks like he's making himself home in this house. I think when you establish your own little bar stool at the backyard, it's an obvious sign that you plan on staying there. At the end of the video, for those of you who can't wait to see Red Anita's new home until next time, they will be living in the very same house as Yellow Anita and Gwyn, but in a red version, of course. I've just noticed that the layout differs a bit, so I'll probably fix that later. But anyway, it's a very similar house, and they already have the nursery and the smaller playroom furnished for the upcoming baby. I mean, we might have to redecorate it if the baby ends up being a boy, but so far this fitted in with the overall style. Anyway, once again they've come a long way, and still there's so much to come in the next episode. The wedding, the first baby, maybe Yellow Anita and Gwyn will also make up their minds to start their own family, or maybe they are adopting Carl and that's gonna be all. We will see soon. Bye guys!